You can get one of these. Then you just put your gas where you're on the food there. Well, Dan won't go, he's a big guy. They want it. No, not at all. They said, "Would you pretty relaxed?"
So that's the work.
I mean, yeah. Retired my old stuff. I can't let you retire now. Yes, it's sold to bar February 10th. Congratulations. Pretty bored. Well, I'll try to, I'm still working on retirement. He still calls me. That. Yes. I mean, you should probably make a wood.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Not.
You want to go check over and out there. Actually, I
No, I don't.
I don't remember it.
Oh, yeah.
I asked you. Oh, I got to
Right, right. Yeah.
That's why, just one time, no. Right on the corner.
That's like.
Wonderful. Here, all of it. Yes. I'm fine. Once every 2 years, I get to start the meeting.
I thought I'd just keep it normal. So we are gonna have a brief moment of silence for our troops, law enforcement officers, and emergency responders, followed by a prayer invocation and then the pledge of allegiance. So if you'll all stand. Does anybody want to say the prayer?
Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this new day. Lord, we ask your Holy Spirit to come in this room and in each one of our hearts as we're making decisions for the betterment of our county. We love you. We ask this all in your name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will do roll call. Showalter.
Here.
Cannon,
Here.
Newman,
Here.
Schreier,
Here.
Fisher,
Here.
Condado. Here. Briggs,
Here.
Ottinger,
Here.
Harris. Here. Hess,
Here.
Jensen,
Here.
Ives,
Here.
Sorgal,
Here.
Lopez,
Here.
Timmons.
Good morning, Tracy. Here.
Good morning. Reed.
Good morning.
Good morning. Couches,
Here.
Almekender,
Here.
Schultz,
Here.
Cushing,
Here.
Halowinski.
Here.
We have 21 supervisors present. We do have a quorum. So. Judge Sheik here yet? Judge Sheik was gonna do the swearing in. We call up there and see. I think Grady's around over there. Chat amongst yourself momentarily. We did have a court hearing this morning. If he is not able to come down, oh, there he is. We are all set. I am speedy on running the meeting. So
Sure have to go get me and I. All right, we just.
So while he gets ready, real quick, in front of you, you each have a packet that has your oath. And then it also has the ballot for the upcoming elections. So if you want to get your oath out as he reads it, you will recite it back to him and insert your name in your district in that spot. And then when it's all done, I will have you sign it and you will pass them up to me or get them to me. And then I will get them to Judge Sheik to sign off on, and we'll get you a copy after the meeting.
Well done.
We're all set.
All right, can I have all the newly elected members please stand? We're gonna do this in group fashion.
Everybody? That's everybody.
We've done everybody.
You are all yes.
Everyone. All right, would you please raise your right hand? I state your name. Having been elected to the office of Oneida County Supervisor. Please state your district. Swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin. And will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of said office to the best of my ability. So help me God. Thank you. Put your hands down. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Ms. Hartman, you will get signatures and then I'll sign out.
Yes, I will bring them up to you after the meeting.
Okay, any further?
We are good.
All right,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so if you will sign, let's just sign them and pass them up, and that way I know we don't lose any. Nobody wants to hold theirs. All right, do we have everybody's? Okay, we are gonna move on to the election of the county board chair, first vice chair, second vice chair, and public works committee. So in front of you, you each have a packet with colored ballots in it. The way it works is anybody can nominate a county board supervisor for the county board chair, first vice chair, second vice chair, public works committee. Once all nominations have been made, we need a motion to close the nominations, and then we will take a vote. So you will use the correct colored ballots, and when we get to each one, I'll tell you which color to grab. Use the correct colored ballot, and then after you've had a moment to write down the name of who you are voting for that position, Heidi will come around and collect it, and then we will count the vote totals. So any questions on the process? All right, so let me get, so county board chair, we're gonna start with, which is the blue ballot. But first we will open that up for nominations.
I will nominate Scott Halowinski.
I'll second.
We don't need a second, so.
I'll support them.
Second, when it's not writing it down. Any other? I would look for a motion then to close the nomination.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
And actually, let me back up, since we have no other nomination, the motion can be to waive the county rules of procedure and close the nominations, and that the clerk cast a unanimous ballot for Scott Owens.
I'll make
Make
that
that
motion.
So we have, who started it? Schreier and Harris. All right, congratulations to Chair Halowinski.
All right.
Much more spacious up here.
Think how we feel about it.
The pinch point. Hey, I want to thank you all for having the confidence to elect me to lead the county board for the next 2 years. And thank all of you for the service you will be doing for the taxpayers of Oneida County. I'm starting out my 23rd year along with Ted Cushing on this board. Couple of challenges in the next 2 years would be the restructuring of the 3 county human service center. Services will not end, just the way it's administrated will. The 3 counties have passed resolutions to discontinue the existing contract by the end of 2024 as it is today. We have a team of employees from 3 counties working on the restructuring along with a transition oversight committee. Another challenge will be our yearly budget. It's been the will of the county board over the years to increase services with a healthy cash balance, along with using the cash balance for offsetting operating expense. This has to change. Our cash balance has decreased substantially. The 2024 budget, wages and benefits went up $3.3 million. With an allowable tax increase, went up only $213,000. There will be drastic cuts in the future by future county boards if we don't start now to make changes in the service. Next on the agenda is the elect a first and second vice chair. Go ahead.
I'd like to nominate Russ Fisher for first vice chair.
Okay, we have a nomination for Russ Fisher. Is there any other nominations for first?
I nominate Diana Harris for first vice chair.
Okay, we have a nomination for Diana Harris. Is there any other nomination for first vice chair? Any other nominations? Hearing none, we'll close the nominations.
I need to make a motion and a second to close that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to close nominations. Clerk will call the roll.
This is a vote, so you will use your yellow ballots.
We get a motion to close.
We did a motion and a second to close the nomination.
Okay.
So now it's the yellow ballot. And so you will grab the yellow ballot and write down your choice between Russ Fisher and Diana Harris for first vice chair. Well, I figure out why it's not recording.
You don't need our name on the ballot.
Not on this. This is a closed ballot. Or a secret ballot. I said somebody, I'm not gonna name names, plenty.
This one, the first year I was on. I did sign, and it was really confusing, hers was there and, it ended up.
We have Harris. Fisher. Harris. Fisher. Harris. Fisher. Harris. Fisher. 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 Harris. Fisher. Harris. 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 Fisher. 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 Fisher.
So that is 11 votes for Fisher and 9.
Recount.
That bell busts another.
We have 11 votes for Fisher and 10 votes for Harris. So very close,
Congratulations.
but.
Okay, election of the second vice chair. Any nominations for second vice chair?
I'll nominate Diana Harris.
Okay, we have nomination for Diana Harris. Is there any other nomination for second vice chair? Hearing one, we need a motion to close.
Motion to waive the county board rules of procedure and close nominations, and that the clerk cast a unanimous ballot for Diana Harris.
So moved, sir.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second. And we need a vote.
Yes, yep, no, you're right, you should do a vote for that.
Yes, you need a voice. All in favor, signify.
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Diana, you're on second vice. Okay. Now we do election of the Public Works Committee members. When you'll be voting on 5 people for that committee, the top 5 votes will win that seat on the highway committee, and they will choose their own chair and vice chair. Billy, nominate Ted Cushing. Nomination for Ted Cushing. Mike Timmons. I'll nominate Mr. Bob Almakinder. Okay, we have a nomination, Bob Almakinder. Any other nominations? Jensen?
Nominate Dan Hess.
Scott. Okay, we have Hess for nomination, Bob.
Mike Timmons.
Okay, Mike Hodges. Okay,
I'll nominate Billy Freed.
Billy Freed. Any other nominations for Public Works? I got 5.
Nominate Rob Johnson.
Okay, Rob Jensen. That's 6. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Okay, we'll close nomination. We will vote up to 5 people.
Point of procedure. As our names are, well, at least my name is printed on the ballot, do we need initials at the bottom?
It says here.
Yeah, I think, yeah, we printed your names because we can't always read the initials, but yeah, it says yes to initial your ballot. But first, can we have a motion and a second to close the nomination?
So, second.
We vote on this.
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carried. We will now vote. Wait a minute. Okay. Go ahead, read the 6 names.
So the 6 names that were nominated are Ted Cushing, Bob Omekinder, Dan Hess, Mike Timmons, Billy Reed, and Rob Johnson. Right.
Okay, we got Timmons, Free, Cushing, Almakinder, Jensen. Cushing, Almakinder, Freed, Timmons, Hess. Almakinder, Cushing, Timmons, Freed, Jensen. Freed, Almakinder, Hess, Timmons, Cushing. Jensen, Cushing, Timmons, Hess, Freed. Freed, Hess, Jensen, Timmons, Almakinder. Timmons, Hess, Cushing, Freed, Jensen. Jensen, Cushing, Almakinder, Freed, Hess. Cushing, Almakinder, Hess, Timmons, Jensen. Jensen, Hess, Freed, Cushing, Almakinder. Almakinder, Timmons, Freed, Hess, Cushing. Cushing. Almakinder. Freed. Timmons. Hess. Cushing. Almakinder. Hess. Timmons. Freed. Hess. Almakinder. Timmons. Freed. Jensen. Cushing. Almakinder. Hess. Timmons. Freed. Hess. Jensen. Cushing. Freed. Almakinder. Jensen. Freed. Cushing. Almakinder. Hess. Cushing. Almakinder. Timmons. Freed. Johnson. Cushing. Almakinder. Jensen. Timmons. Hess. Hess. Jensen. Timmons. Almakinder. Cushing. Almakinder. Timmons. Freed. Jensen.
Cushing 18, Almakinder 19, Hess 17, Timmons 17, Freed 18, Jensen 15.
So
So it is Cushing, Almakinder, Hess, Timmons, and Freed.
congratulations to you guys.
You ready?
All right, we will do item number 9. Make sure that anybody who comes up to speak at the podium signs the attendance form. All supervisors, please use your microphone when speaking. The county board chair will be making the committee assignments. Those appointments will occur on or before April 17, and you will be notified of your committee assignments by the county clerk. Reminder to notify the county clerk 48 hours in advance of attendance of any committee meetings that you are not a member. You all received your WCA welcome packet and supervisor orientation on April 26th, 9 a.m. in the county board floor. We will be talking about payroll and stipends, open meeting and records law, resolutions versus ordinances, and chapter 2 of the United County Code on County Board Procedures. Go ahead.
So in your packet, you have an invitation from the Wisconsin Counties Association for what's called the COWS workshop, County Officials Workshop. There is one Friday, May 10th in Minocqua. If you will please let me know before May 1st, if you are planning to attend, and I will make sure you get registered and get the things paid for you so that you don't have to do that on your own. But I need to know before May 1st, so.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, in reference to, reminding the clerk or, about attending meetings. Would it not be just easier for us to have a standard form that can be used by all departments when publishing notification meetings that has the same language that you guys use at planning and zoning? I believe some others, public safety, have that language that just says there's a possible quorum of board members. This then allows members to go to meetings with really, without having to go to all this, you know, extra steps. I think we should all be allowed to go to meetings. I don't know why there would be a real need to provide advance notice unless it's statutorily required of us, and I don't believe it is, so. Mike?
I don't believe it's statutory required, but, one of the issues would be, the public would want to know if there's a possible quorum of the county board, because they may then know that there's something there that makes them want to go. So I think the special, the advance notice provides the public with, if you have it on every single meeting, then, I don't know, you're correct, I don't think it's statutorily required. I think that would be a policy of this board.
So wouldn't there have to be language then that says if a quorum is established of the board, the clerk would be required to post that so that the public knows? Otherwise, how does the public know that there is an actual quorum? Otherwise, you're just requesting us to notify the clerk, and what good does that do to the public unless you go to the trouble of notifying them that that's happened?
So it doesn't happen often because most people don't remember to tell me they're gonna attend a meeting, but when it happens, then I notify whichever committee handles the agendas that they need to post it then as a possible quorum of this particular body.
I mean, I'm just bringing it up as a point of order simply because I'm as guilty as any. I'm sure we go to meetings, we don't notify. Is it likely we're gonna establish a quorum? I'm also probably not, but I'm gonna apologize in advance because most likely I'm gonna continue to fail to do what you're asking us to do. And I mean, what possible ramifications are there if we inadvertently then form a quorum? I have had it happen once, I believe, since I've been on this board. In reference to an employee, there were the closed discussions at a meeting about an employee, and we had to ask one person to leave so that we weren't in violation of our quorum.
All right, Stephen, so let me answer your question. I think, what happens is that the chair of the committee is supposed to notice if there's other, committee members, if there's 5 attending of a committee, and I've done that in the past, that's one of them that goes stand in the hallway where they go here. I think it's important that if we're gonna include the county board on there, that I can just see the opportunity for somebody to say, they were meeting to make a decision, even though they didn't make it that day for a future. So I think we need to keep that separated, the county board. Now, as far as the committees and a committee of this or a committee of that, I don't think it's as important as it is saying all the time the county board could be at this meeting. So, who would make that decision? Would we bring that up to the executive committee, how we post it?
I think that would be the appropriate mechanism.
Mr. Adamski.
Who's that? Mike Timmons.
One comment, Steve, to one of your answers, it's been that the committees have overlapped in other instances where the notification's been on, where there's 3 people from, public safety on zoning or another committee, and that's why it's been up there, because there's 2 committees of the forums at the same meeting.
Stephen, I will have the executive committee discuss it, and if it's possible, they'll bring something back.
Yeah.
If not, they may say, Stephen's gotta sign up for now.
I mean, I'll be honest, because it's there in our code language, technically we should be doing it then, right? And if we're not, what are we really violating and what kind of trouble can we get in? If at some point we do inadvertently create a quorum and then get called out on the fact that, wow, most of those people showed up without notifying the clerk. I mean, I know the only person innocent of it is gonna be the clerk, but the rest of us, you know, ultimately don't want to compromise our ability to attend meetings. You know what I mean? And it's a struggle to give even 48 hours notice, because let's be honest, some of these don't get published, you know, until almost the day before. So again, maybe it is a discussion for the executive committee to take up and figure out if there's a compromise or some tweaking.
I'm all right putting some committees on other committees, but I'm probably gonna be against putting a county board, like an overall, could attend all the meetings without proper notice. I would think we would be under the scrutiny of the public, that's just the way to get things run, is just put it on there permanently, so. We'll run that past the executive committee. So
Okay, thank you.
All right, item number 10, accept the minutes for the March 19, 2024 meeting. Approval. Is the motion there is second? We have a motion and a second. Is there any corrections and changes to the minutes as presented? Hearing none, all in favor signify aye. Aye. Opposed, carried. Reports, transition oversight panel, Tyler Young.
I don't know where he's on. So
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll talk loud.
There you go.
Good morning. Transition oversight panel, we've had 2 meetings since our last one. We met March 26th and April 10th. Some things that have come up are the condition that we're working on with Koinonia, getting an engineer to go inspect Koinonia, the structure itself. It's become a little bit dilapidated, siding, roof damage, leaks, flooring. They have done some work at the Koinonia over the years. The kitchen area has vastly improved. They replaced exterior doors and windows. But there are some issues with it. It was last looked at in 2012. Recommendations were given, and some of those, a majority of those things weren't done, and they've gotten worse over the years. Also came up at the Human Service Center building on Timber Avenue this last snowfall, however, it wasn't great. The roof that was replaced in 2012, I believe, or a portion of the roof, used to be a flat roof building, was replaced by Petrogorf and Schrock. However, where it meets the old roof, leak came about, and Oneida chimney, roofing chimney gave a couple quotes. One was kind of a Band-Aid quote. Another one was more thorough fix. The panel recommended to the Human Service Center Administrative Committee to bring to the whole board to do a thorough repair at the Human Service Center, and to go with the engineer, MSA Engineering, to do an inspection. The reason why we went with MSA was the other engineer could not come until June, July. And MSA is able to start on that this week, which, you know, building season is short, construction season, so we wanted to go that road. So the Human Service Center board will meet tomorrow, and they will take a vote on that. And I would assume that they would follow the panel's recommendations. Since then, Mary's been doing some great work. She's been getting Mary Rideout, getting panels together, or I should say work groups together. We have a staffing work group, a financial IT work group, building and grounds work group, a board of development, certifications, crisis services, put together in legal. These work groups, they're going to be working hard and furious and fast, because we have to keep in mind, I've gotten at our oversight panel meetings, you know, there's change happening. But we have to be compassionate, you know, to the people that are being affected, the employees over at the Human Service Center, and getting them answers. I think will take away some of their anxiety. I think that process, that Mary's really helped communication with the employees over there. We're holding our meetings at the Human Service Center meetings. They're able to make public comment and express their concerns to our panel. So, anybody have any questions?
Any questions for? Any questions? Okay, thank you, Tyler.
Yep.
Okay, broadband, Supervisor Sorgo, but I think Jeff will be doing.
Good morning, everyone. So John's meeting is our project manager. By the way, our task force meets monthly, and John provided a real detailed update in terms of where we're at today with our broadband project. And you want to call out 5 key points. So first, our solid waste tower, which has really been in high priority. is in the final stages of permitting and we schedule construction of that tower this summer. Also, county policy has affirmed that the courthouse and solid waste site will be a priority for fiber service. And again, it gets back to our priority of having Oneida County being supported, throughout this whole bonding project. Two real important announcements in terms of our contracts that have been let. Michaels is a multinational company, comes highly recommended, based in Brownsville. They've been contracted for the first year of fiber outlay for Oneida County. We've got 110 miles scheduled to be constructed during the first construction season. We also have a draw of $2 million towards the bonds to buy materials and get ready essentially for that construction to start, which essentially will be any time based on what the weather is getting for us. Also, another contractor, Waymaker, they are an engineering company. They're an engineering company, and they've been working all winter in terms of getting the engineering laid out. We spent about $300,000 for that. They are also highly recommended, so we're in good shape. We know those are the two key contractors. And then finally, as we buy these materials, one of the things we're looking for is an area to lay these materials down. And we're prioritizing municipal local government owned property so that we can get that source of income, whether it be the city, whether it be the county itself or a township. We're in the process of looking for those laid out site for the materials that are going to be purchased. And that's a model we use from Marathon going back a couple of years. That's John's report, and we can also answer any questions you have on that. Also, one of the things we received just a few weeks ago was a comprehensive update from Buck Tussle on the 15 counties that have all agreed to this bonding project. And we have three series, 2021, 2022, and 2023. Oneida County is in the 2023 tranche. So that was just approved. We've not spent any money in 2023. However, this winter season, we've been able to essentially get 6 tower sites. There's 6 total in the acquisition process. Again, the solid waste is first. We've got 286 miles of fiber design, which is essentially the total amount of fiber that we are planning to do with this project. And we've got 83 miles of fiber that's currently in permitting. This goes back to Michael's being targeting 110 miles of fiber to be delivered during this construction season. So really good progress from the standpoint of the prep work that's required. I like to use Marathon County as an example. They were in tranche 1, 2021. So they've had 2 years of construction season to work. And you look at the progress they made, they spent $6 million in 2023. But today, in these 2 years, they've got 16 tower sites in the air. They've got 81 miles of fiber that's completed, along with 180 miles of conduit that's already in place. So they just have to put the fiber to it. We've got another 183 miles of fiber permitting that's really targeted for this construction season. And again, a lot of other work in terms of customer hookups is already going on. So that shows the power of just what 2 years can do, what we can expect in 2024 and 2025 with this project. Any questions in terms of the actual Buck Tussle work?
Any questions, supervisors? Go ahead.
What is our cost per mile up to in 2024?
Like, I don't have those numbers at this point. We'll be finding out when we get into the construction season.
Okay.
Part of it is the materials that we have to purchase, and so we've allowed that money to be let to purchase it. We do believe that we're competitive.
Okay, because I know we had talked about this priced in around 70, I think, is what.
75 is the max,
Okay.
and we are within that according to what Buck Tussle is telling us. We don't have control over that at this point, but we anticipate being 75 or less.
Okay.
Any other questions, Stephen?
And it seemed like there were some supply chain issues expressed last time. What are we looking at now? Are they feeling better about that? We're in much better shape from the supply chain standpoint. I use Marathon County as a model. They went through a real tough first year. The second year, they've been able to do a lot of this work, and they're in pretty good shape. When we feel using Michael's and also from the engineering standpoint, that we are in very good shape from the supply standpoint.
Any other questions for Jim?
I would like to also, the second part of the report is where are we from a BEAD standpoint, the next federal funding round. We are currently still stuck in the mud with the NTIA and not releasing PSC to release the maps for where we can install these final mile hookups. So we're kind of stuck at this point. Once those maps are released, which we expect anytime, then there's a 30-day challenge process. and then a 90-day window to be able to have those applications to be let. So at this point, it's a waiting game. We are monitoring it very close. We're connected to a number of committees to be able to do that. Once that breaks free, I'll let you guys know. That's all I have.
Jeff, is that for what they call the final mile?
That's final mile. We anticipate $20 to $30 million for Oneida County. So it's substantial. You'll be doubling the project size that we have now. Our project goal is to get the middle mile of this route and then the final mile hookups after that. So I think we're in very good shape from a position standpoint.
Any other questions for Jeff and Stephen?
How do you feel that this speed falling behind will impact what we're doing? I think it's gonna be helpful because we're gonna get middle mile fiber in the ground and as this is laid out, so it can progress normally versus having to try to do two things at once.
So who can we put a little pressure on for them to get
Good
it?
luck. It's the federal government at this point.
Well, I'll put pressure on the Fed.
I'm not gonna let it.
We'll spend a lot of time.
So, Mr. Sweeney just came in, so I don't know if you have any other comments.
Couple brief comments. First of all, welcome to our new county board members, there's 4 of them. And there's a saying at the workplace, you should always be nice to your employees because someday you may be working for them. So Supervisor Hess is now my boss, so. I'm gonna, full disclosure, whatever you need, Chief Deputy retired Supervisor Hess. So, having said that, a couple of, I met with Jeff's committee at the airport on April 4th. We kind of went into some of the details of minutia, a few other things that you would expect. Colette asked me to be at today's meeting. We were waiting for weight limits to come off and not have any of our machinery or equipment irritating our county highway committee. So we actually started construction yesterday and today. So we have equipment on site in the town of Pine Lake right now, with material being hopefully put in the ground. So I'll know that shortly. I'm gonna stop at the job site. The company that Jeff indicated, they have a lot of capacity. They have a lot of equipment, a lot of machinery, many of them are Wisconsin employees. They are up here spending money. Most of them are on a per diem. So they're staying in hotels and spending money, hopefully at getting some food and rest, stuff like that. I have worked with our finance director on the 3 draws that they've completed. Everything looks fine. It's equipment and supplies that you would expect for a project like this. So we obviously are doing some due diligence on those draws to make sure that the county money is accounted for with the assets that they indicate that they're buying. I was on at one job site related to a tower. Met with the landowner in Oneida County. We're real close on that lease. I will also tell you, we're very close on the remainder of the tower leases, so that's all good news. One site that we are not as close on is the Oneida County forestry site, Burroughs Lake Road. That we hope to catch up on. I spoke to the forestry director this morning. He's got the application into the DNR to allow for the DNR to permit the county to use our county forest, a little, very, very small piece of that footprint on Burroughs Lake Road for a radio tower site. So with that, that's down into some of the minutia without getting too carried away and keeping our board up to speed.
Connor, go ahead.
I clicked it twice. There you go. So this might be a little bit too much, but just asking, so if you're talking about the drawdown in bond funding, or like basically pull out, wait, how much, so we issued 20, 24 million, 26, whatever it was. Who holds those assets until they're drawn down?
Yeah, it was also my boss, so she'll have the answer for that.
It's held by an escrow agent that was identified in the bond indenture.
Okay. And then are we getting, cause I know we were gonna get like 40 bits for the bond, are we getting 40 bits of the drawn down capital or the full amount since issued?
No, we received a basis point share at closing. And then semi-annually, we get a fee that's a flat dollar amount.
Okay.
But the construction fund isn't part of that calculation at this point.
Are those assets invested in like, that are at the escrow agent? Like the profit on that, does that go back to us, like the dividend?
No, it does not.
Okay,
No, it's, the bonds were actually issued in the name of Bud Hustle.
okay,
We're kind of a co-signer
yeah,
on it. So we do have authority to grant or deny the drawdown, but those technically, they're not our assets.
okay,
They are actually on Bud Hustle's books.
okay, perfect, thanks.
I'm sure everybody around the table knows what they're talking about. Any other questions for John?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, John. All right, we're going to go on to land information annual report, Sarah.
I'm Sarah Camilleri, Director for Land Acquisition Office, if you're going to use it, like that, no. In your packets, you should. Over. In your packets, you should have received the annual report for 2023 for the Land Information Office. Just give you a couple quick things off of that report is that, the Land Information Office is doing very well right now, fully staffed, and, we're planning on having another good year at 2024. Two things I wanted to point out to you that you will be noticing from our office this year is that, we're having a new aerial photo flight done, and it's actually occurring right now. The last photo that's available on our GIS mapping that you can see is the 2019, and so it's been 5 years. And so working with the KIP programs and we were able to achieve getting a photo lined up. So they're actually flying currently, they're doing Lincoln and Oneida County together, the companies that we contract with, and it's a tight window, and this winter and spring was even a little bit trickier because we shoot for before the leaves, so leaf off, but also ice off. So that was tricky to achieve, and I think we're there this week, and then of course, no clouds for those planes, and so hopefully in the fall of this year, you'll see new imagery posted on the website, which will be a big help for everyone involved. And also, you should be able to find another project that we took on this year. Well, it's actually been occurring for the last 2 or 3 years with the USGS and the DOA was a new contour program. So we'll be able to post 1-foot contours this year on the mapping, again, probably in the fall. But currently we have 2 foot, and that's the elevation line that you see if you turn on the contours. But they'll be able to do 1-foot contours this year, so that will significantly improve our data out there for anybody that's using it, be it surveyors or engineers, planning and zoning. It helps a lot of different areas in the county. Those are the 2 points I wanted to hit. They're talked about in there, but does anybody have any questions about the remainder of the annual report?
Any questions? Okay, thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Scott, I have one comment.
Oh, Jeff, go ahead.
In the role of the town chairperson, I can say that the communication and the service that I received from Land Direct Department is just simply unbelievable. If you have any kind of issue, you go there, they help you through it, they find the survey maps, they do everything they can, so at least from the town of Crescent perspective, thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you, and you're very welcome. Thank you.
All right. Okay, Health Department annual report, Linda.
Good morning. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Linda Town, and I'm the Director of the Oneida County Health Department. You have in front of you our annual report. It's a little long, so if you do not have the opportunity to look through the whole thing, that's okay. You can always email me or call me with any questions as we review it. It is part of our requirement, not only for the county, but also for the state, for us to do an annual report. Highlights of this year's annual report, we did try to make it a little more user friendly, because it is so long, because it has so much information, so that it is easily understood by the public and by our stakeholders. On the front cover of the annual report,
One of the things I want to highlight is Dr. Berta has started working with us. He is a retired cardiologist and he sees clients in our office just to explain maybe some questions that they have, answers related to a new diagnosis. So that's a highlight that I'd like to point out. He's been wonderful. We've had really good response from the public with him free of charge, seeing people just to not diagnose, but to answer questions, especially people with newly cardiac diagnoses. Another highlight on the cover of the report is our kiddos that do the YMCA trail. This is our youth that are fighting tobacco, and they go to the trail every year and oftentimes win the costume contest. And then throughout the report, there is information about our staff, information about the services that we provide. The biggest comment that we get from people, whether they're new to our Board of Health or whether they're an intern, is how much we do at the health department and all of the programs that we provide. And so this report summarizes in detail those programs as well as outcomes and future things that we are looking forward to in 2024.
Any questions for Linda? After report. Already? All right, thanks, Linda.
Thank you.
All right, we have a public comment. Is there anybody who wants to make a public comment to the county board for 30 minutes? Gentlemen, clerk.
Good morning, I'm Jim Winkler, 5948 Troy Haven, Newell, Wisconsin. I'd like to address resolution number 48 on the administrative coordinator. Instead of hiring another layer of government, I would like you folks to think about existing department heads with measurable objectives added to their job descriptions. One such example that I have the most familiarity with is a model that comes out of Greene County, Wisconsin. Counties in the very southern part of the state that has a lot of the same attributes that Oneida County has, except the lakes. It's got farmland and all this, a lot of cows, okay. Anyway, that model uses a county clerk as the administrative coordinator with support from the county board chair. And then using the other departments as assisting in various areas. So if you're looking at what are the attributes that a department administrative person should have, you can have that help from some of your existing department heads. As an example, finance, who not only does budgeting, but might work with departments on long-range planning. Something I think this county needs to start thinking about is long-range planning. Second, for instance, personnel, not only doing evaluations, but looking at some criteria for evaluations of members of within the departments, as well as what we do at the department head level. So looking at some of these kinds of criteria is, I think, something that you can do within and not add another layer of government. Thank you.
Anybody else, public comment? Anybody? Okay, we'll move on to the consent agenda. There's two resolutions and two committee appointments.
Motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve it. Bob?
I'd like to remove, ordinance one.
Okay. Item number 44 will be pulled, so we have one resolution and two appointments. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, the clerk will call the roll.
Condado. Aye. Zorgo.
Aye.
Lopez. Aye. Almakinder.
Aye.
Newman. Aye. Hess.
Aye.
Harris. Aye. Fisher.
Aye.
Jensen,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Ives,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Hammond,
Aye.
Timmons,
Aye.
Oettinger,
Aye.
Briggs,
Aye.
Township,
Aye.
Showalter,
Aye.
Schreier,
Aye.
Cushing,
Aye.
Kowinski,
Aye.
21 I.
21 aye. The consent agenda passes. We will now take resolution 44, 2024, offered by supervisors of the administration committee to request coronavirus local fiscal recovery fund allocated to Oneida County through the American Rescue Plan Act for the purpose of highway backup generator project. Bob?
Yes, I'd like to, go line 55. I think, well, trying to put the right thought.
Copy and paste, right?
Timeline for delivery of the complete trucks is dependent on availability. That needs to be struck out of there.
So you want to amend line 55
And 56.
and 56 and take out timeline for delivery to the end, remove. I'll second. Okay, then we have a second. Is there any further discussion on the amendment?
Why is that incorrect?
Since the end there.
This resolution is for generators, not trucks.
Oh, okay.
I think Alex is trying to get another truck out.
Okay.
That makes sense.
He didn't catch that at committee level. Any further discussion on the amendment? Clerk will call the roll on the amendment.
Schultz,
All right.
Jensen,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Condado. Aye. Hannah,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
Lopez, Township,
Aye.
Schreier,
Aye.
Almakinder,
Aye.
Briggs,
Aye.
Ives,
Aye.
Timmons,
Aye.
Cushing,
Aye.
Showalter,
Aye.
Newman. Aye. Sorgel.
Aye.
Oettinger,
Aye.
Harris. Aye. Fisher,
Aye.
Kowinski,
Aye.
21 I.
21 aye, amended resolution 44, 2024 passes.
Nope, resolution was amended.
Oh, amended. All right, now we will have a vote on the amended resolution. Any further discussion on the amended resolution? Stephen?
Yeah, I thought initially there were two generators that we were considering, one like in Monaco and one here. So which one is this one?
This is for 2 generators.
Oh, it is for two.
Yeah, the third generator we took out. This is for the generator in Manapa and for the Brandon.
Okay, cool, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, now the clerk will call the roll on the amended resolution.
Timmons,
Aye.
Cushing,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Harris. Aye. Newman. Aye. Condado. Aye. Briggs,
Aye.
Showalter,
Aye.
Jensen,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
Couches,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Lopez. Aye. Sorgel,
Aye.
Ives,
Aye.
Almakinder,
Aye.
Schreier,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Oettinger,
Aye.
Hammond,
Aye.
Kowinski,
Aye.
21 I.
21 aye, amended resolution 44, 2024 passes. Okay, we will move on resolution 45, 2024, offered by Supervisor Robert Almakinder to appoint Jill Nemec as the forestry director. We'll need a second on the resolution. We have a second on the resolution. Bob?
I'm not sure if everybody's aware, but, Paul is leaving us at the end of the month. After many, many years of great service. So we had to, go out and find a replacement for him, which will be tough. But I think we found it. And I'll turn it over to Lisa.
Just to give you a little bit of background, this is Jill Nemeth, and she is the person that we're recommending for this position. I just want to give you a little background about Jill. She's been a professional forester for almost 25 years, in both Wisconsin and Minnesota. She possesses a diversified forest management skills, excellent communication skills, a strong working knowledge of Wisconsin's county forest law program, a wide range of experience in public land and private land and forest management, fire management, supervisory experience are all the things that we considered when, asking Jill to come to work out. Currently, Jill serves, at DNR in a forestry team leader position. She oversees the day-to-day work of 9 foresters and forestry technicians. And I'll let her, address her, attire today. She said she's gotta go work after we're done. Prior to that work at the DNR, she worked as the county board liaison position with, this county. Those who've been on the board for a while, probably remember the liaisons that you had from the DNR that have worked with Oneida County. Jill's, various professional, roles have enabled her to collaborate with federal, state, and local natural resource agencies and education groups to develop and implement program goals and objectives. I'll let Jill answer any questions, and give a little,
Well, thank you very much. Hopefully I'm speaking well enough into the microphone here. I just wanted to take an opportunity to thank you guys for, the opportunity to come work for Oneida County. I'm both excited and nervous about, coming to a new employer after being in state government for so long. However, I really look forward to being able to work for not only the board, but the people of the county and for the resource of the county as well. So that's all I have to say unless you guys have any questions for me.
Any questions for Jill?
Thank you.
Do we need a second?
We haven't voted yet. Okay, yeah.
Hopefully you'll find the county refreshing there in that state.
Yeah, I'm hoping that too, for sure.
Any further questions? All right, the clerk will call the roll.
Jensen,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Lopez,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Hammond,
Aye.
Couches,
Aye.
Ottinger,
Aye.
Condado,
Aye.
Briggs,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
Newman,
Aye.
Ives,
Aye.
Showalter,
Aye.
Schreier,
Aye.
Almakinder,
Aye.
Sorgel,
Aye.
Timmons,
Aye.
Cushing,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Harris,
Aye.
Halowinski, 21 aye.
21 aye, resolution 45, 2024 passes. Resolution 46, 2024, offered by Supervisor Robert Almakinder to request coronavirus local fiscal recovery fund allocated to the United County through the American Rescue Act for the purpose of purchasing a heavy equipment trailer for the forestry department. We'll need a second on the resolution.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a second. Bob?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Paul wanted to spend some more of the money before. So he was getting a brand new truck, and he wanted a new trailer to go in. So, no, the old trailer is pretty bad shape, so I'll let Paul explain it.
Yeah, originally, we had requested a KIP project to purchase the dump truck to replace our 2001 Sterling dump truck. We had planned on getting both the truck and trailer. We got $205,000 in KIP money, and we had an estimate of $20,000 in resale value of the trailer and the truck. The bids for just the truck came in at $204,600 some odd dollars, so we did make budget on the $205,000. However, that's just a truck. So we're left with a nearly 20-year-old trailer that has become a safety hazard. It's vehicle endangering us. And so we are requesting, the ARPA money to pay the majority of the cost. We're estimating between $31,000 and $36,000 for a new trailer, which is basically exactly the same as what we had, or as what we have currently. So any questions?
Hey, Billy, you want for the KIP, you wanna just explain that we used up all or allocated all our KIP money?
Yeah, just briefly, for those that are returning county board members, you know that the county was, allotted some federal money for
we call them ARPA dollars. Through the process over the last 3 years, we've allocated the money to different departments and different projects. We're getting to the end where we need to have all our ARPA dollars committed by the end of this calendar year. And through the process of some of the projects coming underneath, some monies have been freed up from the initial allocation. We had our last meeting just 2 weeks ago in which we're able to allot some of the money. And one of the big ones was the generator project, which was originally at 400,000. Returned a lot of money that was able to be reallocated in the county. And this is one of those things that came forward that we were able to allocate money for.
Okay. Any questions? Anybody? Rob?
I guess my only question is whether or not, did you look at the opportunity of sharing trailers? I have no idea what the highway has with this. I don't know how often it's used, whether or not renting it in the long run makes more sense.
Yeah.
It's always nice to own it. I don't question that. But sometimes I think we have to look at sharing assets. And I'm assuming the committee looked at that.
I could answer that.
Okay.
Sharing the trailers with the highway department, the summertime is both their busy seasons, so sharing the trailers would not be feasible.
And Rob, that was discussed over the decision making of allocating the money for the trailer. Any other questions? Okay, clerk will call the roll.
Reed,
Aye.
Cushing,
Aye.
Hannah,
Aye.
Briggs,
Aye.
Ives,
Aye.
Almakinder,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Showalter,
Aye.
Newman,
Aye.
Ottinger,
Aye.
Jensen,
Aye.
Lopez,
Aye.
Timmons,
Aye.
Couches,
Aye.
Condado,
Aye.
Schreier,
Aye.
Sorgal,
Aye.
Harris. Aye. Halowinski,
Aye.
21 ayes.
21 aye, resolution 46, 2024 passes.
Thank you.
Resolution 47, 2024, offered by Supervisor Scott Halowinski to request coronavirus local fiscal recovery funds allocated to United County through the American Rescue Plan Act for the purpose of the United County sidewalk improvements. I'll need a second on that resolution.
Second.
Okay, we have a second. Yeah. This went through the administration committee. Billy, you wanna talk on it?
Yeah, and I'll let Troy clarify more. The sidewalk project was initially, was that a KIP initially?
Yes.
And for those of you that don't know, KIP, capital improvement projects are funded from our general fund. Where when we talk about ARPA projects, that's funded from the federally allocated money that I previously spoke about. I'll let Troy talk about the project and why it got switched over to ARPA.
The whole project didn't get switched, only $20,000 got switched, the way I understand it. The cost is just over $106,000. We had $80,000 allocated for it. The bid came in at $106,000, and that's the bid we took. There's $6,000 extra left there. Ryan Under will be paying for the aprons for all our entrances. Because it's in the roadway, it's not actually our responsibility. While they're doing the sidewalks, we're gonna replace that part, so. So we had, rather than go with ARPA money for the full 26,000. Just went at 20,000, take 6,000 our budget. They have it reimbursed by Renner in the future. In the future, so.
Any questions for Troy? Clerk will call the roll.
Schreier,
Aye.
Ives,
Aye.
Sorgal,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Condado,
Aye.
Ottinger,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Briggs,
Aye.
Showalter,
Aye.
Schultz, Almakinder,
Aye.
Harris. Aye. Timmons,
Aye.
Cushing,
Aye.
Lopez,
Aye.
Jensen,
Aye.
Couches,
Aye.
Newman, has stepped out. Hannah,
Aye.
Alowinski,
Aye.
20 aye, 1 absent.
20 aye, 1 absent, resolution 2024 passes. Resolution 48, 2024, offered by the supervisors of the administration committee to create a county administrator coordinator position. Billy?
If for those that are returning, if you remember, we had a SWOT analysis, and at the meeting, we were going to talk about a SWOT analysis. I came up with a great idea. Let's refer it to committee to review and come back to this body with options. For a while, I thought I was on a merry-go-round, and I think it ended up, in my opinion, to be a really good thing. I believe we started in one direction of enhancing the current model, something that was talked about in the public comment. Along the way, we lost Supervisor Kelly, who was part of the administration committee, and I thank my committee of Stephen Schreier, Russ Fisher, myself, Ted Cushing, and then replacing Mr. Kelly was our chairman, Scott Halowinski. It ended up being a good thing because the chairman of the county board is exposed to things that we don't realize. And one of the underlying tones of our whole discussion was, there's a lot of good things going on here at our county, and we don't want to disrupt it by taking too big a step in looking for efficiencies. So as I said, we kind of started out looking at enhancing the current model, but getting Scott on the committee was huge in my opinion, because he was able to identify things that needed to be strengthened as far as communication, accountability, and efficiencies. So we come forward with the resolution today to create a part-time administrative coordinator. I don't know, Stephen, you did a great job of making some comments during the committee meetings. Do you care to make a comment to enlighten the county board?
I never can pass up an opportunity. That being said, I certainly echo much of what Billy said. I think where we started when and this was what, over 3 months, maybe, probably more than that, to be quite honest. And I think we did our due diligence in that we looked really at pretty much any and all of the options. Even when we had sort of thought that we had put one option behind us, I don't think we ever really said, take it off the table. We just said, right now, it appears that's not the direction we're headed in. And then, as Billy said, I think once Scott joined, it sort of shifted the dynamic of it. We were able to get more feedback from our chair on what he felt that we really needed, as well as himself, into being more efficient in how we coordinate. And I think that's the key word of what we're looking at here is how we coordinate what the activities are in the county. And so I don't look at this as introducing someone who's like some level, another level of bureaucracy, or someone who has this ultimate authority over things. This really truly is a coordinator. And I think the way we set it up now, it's really, for us, the ideal situation in that, you know, we all seem to recognize that the SWOT that we wanted more direct coordination. We, not only for ourselves as board members, but, you know, for our department heads and the employees that work under them as well. And frankly, for the public. I think that, this really should help streamline a lot of the issues that we have. Not that we're, you know, inundated with a lot of issues, but we have them as do all levels of government, whether they're towns or municipalities, et cetera. I think this also should be looked at as potentially even, you know, a starting point. We can evaluate it over time, 6 months. I believe we said we were gonna really give it a good hard look. How is it performing? Did we provide enough hours? Is it meeting its, you know, intended purpose, basically, is what it comes down to. And we all will be the judge of that, because, you know, this individual works for us and helps us. be better county board members. So I really don't have anything more to add. I would strongly advocate voting yes for this with that kept in mind that, you know, this may just be the thing that we need in place right now to see that we're headed in the right direction with this administrative position.
All right, I will comment on it. Originally, I had brought this to the county board, figuring it was the county board's decision to either go along with this or not, but I think it was a very good idea to send it to the administration, because I don't know how 21 of us would make the decision that 5 did in the very end. I wanted a full-time, but I think this is the best thing financially and getting what I think needs to be done by a part-time position coming in. It will answer to the executive committee, but the county board will actually hire that person, which basically answers to the full county board, but it will go through the executive committee. Any questions on the resolution? Rob?
I just asked you questions on the job description.
Go ahead.
That comes along with here. Overseeing all incoming and outgoing mail.
Okay.
How is that an administrative responsibility? I'm confused.
I know, I can explain this. What happened is we looked at the job description for elected officials coming in, and what's not in the state statute for their job description, we kind of moved into here. Now, there is some of it being done by some of the elected officials, but we thought it was more proper to put it into this job description for now, what the elected people were doing that wasn't within their state statute.
Coordinating holiday decorations, decorating and fundraising.
That's what our clerk does right now, but she doesn't have to do that. And if you want to remove it, you can make a motion to remove it.
And the clerk does the tours. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, go.
Rob, just so you know, so we took those things that weren't by statute, the elected officials, and we went through the SWOT analysis and picked the things that we thought should be taken care of underneath this. Yep, some of them seem like they shouldn't be there for that position, but if we want, we can make a motion.
No, I'm just suggesting that when I look at the job description, there's a lot there.
I know.
In 20 hours, and the oversight committee really needs to work with that person and prioritize which of these in the first 6 to 8 months are the highest priority. I'm sure that'll be done.
And
thank you.
that position gets paid X amount per year, and those job descriptions get, if they have to work till midnight to get it done.
Yep, thank you.
Scott. Dan.
I got a couple of questions here. I'm assuming the board did their due diligence on this, when they brought this forward. 22,960 per year as a monthly stipend. This is a new position. I was with the county when they had the last county coordinator position, which was an absolute failure and a waste of taxpayer dollars. I would hope this isn't another layer of government and bureaucracy that we have to deal with as a county. Usually when you're creating positions, you're creating them because services have changed, increased based on population and different types of population in our communities. So for us to create a new position, obviously we have to come up with $22,000. And if we're gonna cut a service based on a new position, when we don't have an increase in services and population, it's kind of tough, but I'm assuming that the board did their due diligence and went through it appropriately. So that's, my question would be, where's the money coming from?
All right, in our budget, we had allocated $200,000 in the budget for this position. And instead of hiring a full-time, we went through this whole thing and decided this was the best route. With creating the executive committee and a part-time, I think we will get what we need to get done. Maybe we don't need a full-time county coordinator moving forward. Maybe this will turn out to be the best solution for us.
And is this gonna be another layer of bureaucracy?
No, I don't think so. I think it'll be helping us, on the executive committee and the county board members, to better understand what's really going on between each department within the county.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? I guess, this position doesn't really have any decision-making ability according to state statute. And the question back to Rob there is, we started actually doing these all. We figured, we could keep taking off, putting in, and we figured that after 6 months, we reevaluate, pull some stuff, put some more stuff in and figure out where things are going. Ted, you got any comment? You were on that committee too.
Right, as Billy said, we came full circle when we started. And he handed out a sheet of, here's what I think we've done on one piece of paper. After a 2.5-hour meeting, and I said, how the hell did we resolve that down to one sheet of paper? After 2.5 hours of talking. But, I think we came up with the right conclusion. I don't think anybody has any idea how much mail comes to a county board chair unless they sit next to it. And how it gets deciphered out. Also, in the 23 years that I've been on this committee, and I think on the board, you'll agree with me, Scott. Government isn't easy. It's a hell of a lot more difficult today running the county board than it was 23 years ago. Just because of all the mandates that come floating down. Anybody who's a town board chair knows the same thing. 20 years ago, when I became a county or town board chair, it was actually kind of fun. My wife will vouch for me, it isn't even fun. It's just something that had to be done. But I would enthusiastically support voting aye on this.
Okay, any other questions on the resolution?
Just one last comment, because I was remiss in not mentioning Lisa Charbonneau, who was instrumental in the whole analysis of the discussions at the administration committee and showed professionalism from the beginning. She's held one of these titles, and she was very much appreciate the way she's handled, which I think is a sensitive thing when you're talking about removing one of the titles. So she should be applauded for the efforts in helping us get here. And Dan, you mentioned about the failures of the post model. That was part of the discussion as well. We looked at the SWOT analysis that many of you took part in. We looked at the strengths, the weaknesses. We looked at the past model and how it transitioned and what kind got left at curbside. So it was a long journey. It's something that this position can evolve. And again, I support the resolution as presented.
Okay. Debbie?
Just a quick clarification, because the resolution says coordinator position. So it sounds like it's more like an assistant position. And I know it's just semantics, but just so it's not a bureaucratic
In the state statute, it's an administrative coordinator position.
Okay. That's just the title, but it's more like an assistant.
And it's got about this much. It says jobs are basically what the county board makes. This to that position. Yeah. Any other questions? Hearing none, clerk will call the roll.
Cushing,
Absolutely.
Condado,
Aye.
Harris,
Aye.
Schreier,
Aye.
Olmekender, Hess,
Aye.
Joe Walter,
Aye.
Hannah,
Aye.
Lopez,
Aye.
Jensen,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Sorgel,
Aye.
Newman,
100% absolutely.
Briggs,
Aye.
Ives,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Ottinger,
Aye.
Simmons,
Aye.
Township,
Aye.
Reed,
Aye.
Alinsky,
Aye.
21 aye.
21 aye, resolution 20, 2024 passes. Item 15, request by Clint Blackwell to lead a conflict of interest to represent Quincy in Board of Adjustment appeal. Mike.
So Hush Blackwell is a large law firm that they represent Oneida County, the Board of Adjustment in an appeal that's been going on since
20 years now.
It's been 20 years, and it is almost done. So I will read you the letter from Lisa Lawless, who is the attorney who represents the county in that. You may know that my partners are currently representing Great Lakes Intertribal Council, GLTC, in connection with an application for a conditional use permit for the construction of a substantive use treatment center in the town of Cassia. You may also know that the United County Planning Development Committee recently denied that application for a time. GLTC is considering an appeal to the committee's decision, which would involve an administrative appeal to the County Board of Adjustment and potentially civil action in Oneida County Circuit Court. In that appeal, GLTC would be adverse to Oneida County. We therefore need to obtain your consent. If you do choose to waive this conflict of interest, we do not believe there is any material risk to our representation of Oneida County would be adversely affected, since the GLTC matter is unrelated to our work for Oneida County, and I personally will not work on the GLTC matter. We will, of course, continue to represent Oneida County diligently in all matters that we handle for you, and we will not share any of your confidential information with GLTC. Please confirm by responding to this email that you consent to this conflict and agree to Hush Blackwell's representation of GLTC in a potential appeal, up to and including any dispute that might arise out of this matter in the future. Thank you very much, Lisa.
So this was brought to me, it was the Eagle Cove project on, what was it, Squash Lake? On Squash Lake. It's been going on for years. I don't feel that this is any, conflict of interest between this representing GLTC over representing us on that. So what we're looking for today is a motion to waive the conflict of interest on it.
I'll make that move.
We have a motion, is there a second? And we have a second, Stephen. Any further discussion on the motion?
Yeah, I just have a comment. I'm strongly against it, though it appears that there may not be anything. If there would be action or appeals down the line, I think it could muddy the waters, and I don't see any reason for us to waive that. That's my opinion.
And my comment would be that the project that, because of the waiving, has no director between the companies, so. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, clerk will call the roll.
Ives,
No.
Newman,
Aye.
Condado,
Aye.
Schreier,
Aye.
Timmons,
Aye.
Hess,
Aye.
Harris. Aye. Ottinger,
Aye.
Briggs,
Aye.
Reed,
No.
Showalter,
Aye.
Almakinder,
Aye.
Cushing, Couches,
Aye.
Schultz,
Aye.
Fisher,
No.
Lopez. Aye. Sorgel,
Nay.
Annis,
No.
Jensen,
No.
Halowinski,
Aye.
15 ayes, 6 noes.
15 ayes, 6 noes, the motion passes. Next meeting date will be May 21st, 2024, 9:30 a.m. And with that, I'll adjourn the meeting.